NAHREP Greater Houston, good morning, my friends. Congratulations to you. You're gathered today to put a plan together, to mastermind on how you in this chapter is going to thrive in the coming year. Charles, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you and the team this morning. I want to heads off to you guys. First and foremost, let me speak to the board members that are returning for another term this year. Thank you for your commitment, for your loyalty to this organization, to your chapter, to your community. You're absolutely amazing. Let me also speak to those that are joining the board for the first time. You're going, oh my goodness, what am I doing? Do I belong here? The answer is yes, you do. You've been appointed to that position for a reason. You have that role for a purpose. There is a specific purpose for you. You have a voice, you have talent, you have influence, you have intellect, you have resources, you have the ability to make a difference, not only on this chapter, but you have the opportunity to make a difference in your work and in your community. So hats off to you. Congratulations for your appointment. Charles, let's get started. I want to be respectful of your time, so I'm going to go very quickly, but I want to talk about the subject of mindset today. We're going to focus on that for just a minute. And I'm going to share with you some lessons that I've learned myself from John Maxwell, who is my mentor. I'm privileged and honored to be a John Maxwell coach and certified trainer. By the way, my name is Joe Velasquez, and I am, as John Maxwell tells us, my name is Joe, and I am your friend. And so let's talk about mindset. What is mindset? Mindset is how we view life. Mindset is literally our philosophy on how we think about money, how we think about work, how we think about business, how we think about our engagement in the community, how we see every aspect of our life. That's mindset. It's literally like putting on a pair of glasses, and this would be mindset. It would be the way that I view everything that I touch within the realm of my livelihood. That's mindset. And so there's a question. How do we embrace and adopt a mindset that brings the type of success that we're all looking for? How do we do that? How do we establish a mindset that's going to create success for all of us? Because that's what we're all looking for. You want success for your business. You want success for your relationships. You want success for your chapter. You want success in your community. We must adopt a mindset that's going to build and develop that type of success. And how do we do that? So John Maxwell teaches us there are two very simple principles. I say simple, yet requires intentionality from us. Number one is practice. Number two is habits. What we practice on a day-to-day basis becomes a habit. Here's what our mentor tells us. The things that I do today determines the habits I do tomorrow. The things that I do today determines the habits that I will have tomorrow, which in turn determines the mindset that I have for life. You see the connection there? So I have a question for all of us. Each one of us need to be asking ourselves this very question right here. What kind of mindset am I developing today? What type of mindset am I developing? What is it? What is the technique? What's the strategy? What is the plan that I have on a day-to-day basis that's helping me to create, to cultivate, to foster a mindset that's going to develop the results that I'm looking for? We have to ask ourselves that question. Let me ask you, what kind of mindset are you developing today? So let's talk about that. It's very important how we think. How a person thinks is going to determine the level of his or her success. Think about that. How a person thinks was going to determine your impact, is going to determine your results, is going to determine the kind of relationship that you have. It's going to determine if you probably close the deal or don't close the deal. How a person thinks is going to be a result and impact the type of success that we have. And in this thinking motion, there is a gap. It's called the greatest gap actually that exists between successful and non-successful people is how they think. It's exactly what my mentor teaches us. There is a huge gap in between how one and the other thinks. Someone that's successful, for the most part, you're going to see they think positively. They may think they're realistic, but at the same optimistic. So I want to challenge you how you look at life. What is the mindset that you have? Because it has to do with how we embrace practice and habits on a day-to-day basis. And I'll give you an example, something that John Maxwell teaches and talks about every day. Every day, he will look at his schedule at the beginning of the day, and he will see who are the key individuals that I'm going to meet with today. What are some of the main events that I need to be aware about? Maybe I need to dial into that Zoom, to that, go to a meeting so that I can be present, so that I can hear. What are some of the essential individuals that I need to make sure that I connect with today? And he goes through that. That's a practice and that's a habit. Then at the end of the day, he will go through and look to see, hey, what happened that day? Did I meet with that person? How did that conversation go? Did I attend that meeting? What did I read today? And so from the day to day, even if the day didn't go well, there's some days that everything goes okay. There's some days that everything just goes south on us. Regardless, by practicing a habit of being intentional at the beginning of the day, then reflecting at the end of the day, we learn, we create experience, and we build a mindset of success. Even though the day may not have gone the way we wanted it to go, we still learned some things. And we learn to go forward. We learn to do things different next time. That creates a thinking process and practice and habit that creates a mindset that creates a level of success for us. And think about that. If we have a successful day, then we would have every day we practice those habits, we will have a successful week. We will have a successful month, thus a successful year. Thinking, creating a mindset of success. So I'm going to challenge you, and I'm going to leave you with these this call to action items here. Number one, I would ask you to create a list of the habits that you've been practicing so far. Reflect on that. What's worked, what hasn't, because you need to eliminate some of those habits. We all need to, I know I do. I've got some things on that list that, hey, that needs to stop. That's not working, or it's not good for me. And then carry on. So that's number one. Number two is go to the right side and create a list of the habits that you are going to embrace, habits that you're going to adopt, habits that you're going to develop and practice on a day-to-day basis. That's going to challenge you to think. That's going to challenge you to reflect. That's going to challenge you to create a mindset and cultivate a mindset of success. Success is going to be reflected on you personally, as an individual, as a person, as a human being. Success that's going to reflect in your business, in your sales. Success that's going to reflect in your community. Success that's going to reflect right here where you are right now in this chapter as you impact your business community. My friends, I'm a fan. Un abrazo, NAHREP familia. You guys are amazing. Charles, make it happen. Have a great rest of the day. Hasta luego.